We didn't know, but on this day, everything happened to us.
Buenas.
We thought that crossing a brown river on that sort of boat was already worth it to go on the dirty road. But that was just the beginning of the adventure.
And it falls to my tree.
Yeah, you can do it.
It wasn't easy at all, but after a long push we finally made it and we could clean our wheels. And then we had one of the best rides in Colombia. But the day wasn't over yet. We needed a place to stay. Before it was too dark, we found a farm to camp near a lake. Our journey on that day was finally meeting an end. We would be able to rest with a smile in our sleeping bags. Colombia wasn't that easy to find a place to camp, and so we had to ask people if we could go to their finca or to their garden to sleep, and they are skeptical because they also don't trust that easy. They know their country. And because we were also discovering their country, it was also difficult to understand what were the moments we should avoid.
Há momentos em que muitas vezes somos abordados na estrada de forma estranha, a perguntarem-nos quanto é que custam as bicicletas, o que é que levamos dentro das malas, para onde é que vamos, de onde vimos, e isso deixa sempre algumas suspeitas no ar.
Nosotros confiamos.
So are we. We are traveling following our instinct. People would come to us and would trust enough to talk back, interact, and respect what they say. Our best experiences were the ones where we had spontaneous encounters. They brought us joy and culture. Maybe we had lucky, maybe it was our destiny, or maybe Colombia is actually more friendly than what we imagined before we came. And it wasn't only when we were in our bicycles. When I was sketching, that happened too. more than sketching is the experience that we have when we sketch. For someone who travels, it's really natural to tell what they are living, because people ask you. You meet someone on the road and people is going to say, where are you from? What are you doing? How are you traveling? And so all these questions, you need to start to develop a way to explain what are you doing. I found out that my sketchbooks, they can actually tell. They can actually explain a lot where I've been, what I've been doing, and what kind of lifestyle we have. How can we look and how can we see what is important to represent on a blank page? How to compose, where is the light, what is more important to tell? It's a process of telling a story that I'm searching in everything I do, I guess. I never thought about storytelling as much as I do nowadays. There's a lot of frustration when you start sketching. There's a lot of things you're gonna fail, and you cannot control your hand, you cannot control what you're seeing and what you're doing, and that requires a lot of time. Of course, if I'm gonna sketch something for the first time, chances are that I'm not gonna do it well. And if I keep repeating the process of doing it, chances are that I'm probably gonna do it well. If you have something, if you have a passion, just do it. Enlighten yourself, go for it, and work hard. Work until you reach places and moments that you want to repeat.
Riding our bicycles was tiring. To keep ourselves in a good spirit, we would stop on the way to have some food.
Muy desesperada, preguntando por su hijo, pero ella no sabe que fue inocente, se lo capturaron y lo condenaron.
And then we were ready to continue our journey. For a long period, the mountains were always in our sight. After a great downhill, we were close to our destiny on that day, the Colima Lake. We were passing the biggest artificial lake made by human hands. It was refreshing to be in such an environment after many days on a dry and flat road. We knew that soon we would be back in the mountains, but this time, for our lucky, the roads were clear and we could ride free. When we thought of traveling by bicycle in Colombia, we couldn't plan the hotels to stay. We couldn't see how the bicycle journey would go. So what we did was to plan day by day.
ainda com o corpo não pesar a bicicleta.
Sim, quase 40 quilos.
Ustedes son muy fuertes.
It was time to paddle again. Today, our destiny would be La Cumbre.
A veces juro nunca más volver a casa, dejar a todos y ver qué es lo que me pasa. El presidente dice que todo anda en marcha, pero en la calle las cosas se sobrepasan. No entiendo por qué yo ni siquiera me entiendo. Si el colegio me dijo lo que era cierto, ahora que me encuentro rumbo a la deriva, mejor me aferro a lo que pasa el día a día. Anoche traté de llamarte muchas veces, pero tú nunca intentaste responderme. Ahora que lo nuestro ya no tiene vuelta, supongo que es algo de nuestra convivencia. Nos enseñaron que todos somos iguales, todos pensamos de formas muy similares, pero cuando te conocí yo me di cuenta que ser distintos es lo que vale la pena. Oh, 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 oh. Tengo mucho que hacer si no hay reproches. Me dicen que yo piense en terminar algo, pero ni siquiera sé lo que he empezado. Yo me pregunto si alguien sabe lo que pasa cuando la carne muere, ¿dónde va el alma? Yo me pregunto qué diría la Violeta si todavía viviera en este planeta. Que todo anda en marcha, pero en la calle las cosas se sobrepasan. No entiendo por qué yo ni siquiera me entiendo. Si en el colegio me dijeron que era cierto, ahora que me encuentro rumbo a la deriva, mejor me aferro a lo que pase el día a día.
On the way, something happens. Our friends told us to be careful when we stop on the road for long periods of time. Some travelers got robbed while they were just resting. We were aware of it, so we kept our eyes open to see what could happen to us. I got a pinch. We travel with some spare parts on our bags, so we can easily repair this kind of problems. It doesn't take much time to fix a pinch. You just need patience, a repair kit, and a hand pump. Besides the mosquitoes and the heat that made all the work harder, the road was empty, and during that time no one passed. The pinch was finally fixed and we could continue riding our bicycles.
Viajando, mi viaje va empezando, fronteras voy cruzando para encontrarte a ti. Navegando, siento que estoy volando, la luna va sondeando, qué ruta he de seguir. Volaré.
We were a few kilometers from a village called La Cumbre that would be our stop for that day. Unfortunately for us, we still had a long uphill to go until we get there. This was the worst road inclination we ever got during all our bike adventure.
Siento que estoy volando, la luna va sondeando, qué ruta he de seguir. Volaré. Nunca miraré para abajo.
We searched for a place to rest during 2 hours, and finally, someone told us where we could find a hostel. Without knowing it, this was the beginning of our second long stay in one place.